Yo, what up, people? What's going on? I don't see nobody's in here. It says 4 people in here. Don't see nobody. But what's going on this rainy ass cloudy Saturn's Day in LA? What's popping? What's going on, people? There we go. Yo, Super Micah. Damn, y'all in here fast. Main A, Jason Lewis. What is that? Baha Man 1964. Goddess Gemini Bunny. Prof C. Zai the Great. Excuse me. Mrs. B. Mr. King Shack. Rudy Ray. Matthew Lemons. Charles Walker. Bar Heavy J. Trenton McClinton. DJ Sherm. Major Player. Major Player Hits. Arcanum Current. Canadian Kush. Hood Politics Entertainment. Regina Harris. What's cracking? Brandy Terry. Kevin Corbin. What up, Kevy Kev? Monique's Journey. What up, girl? Thank you for the super chat you hit me with. Immortal 9. Got you, Hood Politics. Roderick Roche. What up, brother? I'm a G. Me too. What up, Karen Williams? Soul of a God. That's right. Roger Ragland. Nadine Figueroa Bay. Adwo L. Bay. American Ron. That's what's up. King Walk. What up, Miss Jeannie? Maria Carbajal. What up, girl? Shakina Sunshine. D Nice. What up? Black and Silver. Cora X Mara. Sip Away Mithiara? Mithrara? I hope, man. Girl. Sip Away Mithrara? I hope that got, man. I know I fucked that up. Sorry. My bad. Gelati. What's cracking? B Row. What up, everybody? Faya Life, Bio 1656. Wonderful Storm, James Scott, and Hip Hop POV. What's cracking? I think I got everybody in here this time. There we go. Y'all rolling in slow. Hey, do I gotta say it? Do I gotta say it, everybody? Come on. What you already know? You already know what I'm gonna say. Take off your shoes before you enter the dojo. Yep, you already know. You put the you bam. You already know what's popping. Don't walk in the dojo with your shoes on. That's a surefire way to get choked out in front of the class. Ask Sensei. What up, everybody? Just so y'all know, when we do Saturn, I know if y'all know that the Death Star is Saturn. Just so y'all know, that's a representation of Saturn. That's the dark Saturn. That's Vader. That's supposed to represent Saturn, but that's Saturn in the back. We represented Saturn when it was in its height, not the Death Star, when it was the Life Star. But Star Wars is off the chain, goddammit. What up, everybody? A few announcements, everybody. If you ordered your packages, the packages are on the way. Appreciate you guys for supporting. Make sure if you haven't supported, make sure you do if you can. We appreciate it at knowyourrightsfoundation.org or at Real Nagas by getting the Great Book of Melanin Research. You guys can support getting the Great Book of Melanin Research, the hard copy. And when you do, you get the whole police stop law package for free. And that includes all the books, the Know Your Rights Manual, the Public Official Bonds book. Cash App, Charlie J, thank you, appreciate it. Man, thank you, Charlie J, appreciate you. Everybody who hit me in the Cash App this week too, appreciate you, thank you guys, and everybody in the Super Chats last week. And every time, appreciate you guys. Thank you. But boom, this is the Police Stop Law Pack. This is what you get for free right here. You also get a deck of flashcards. Bam. Really quick, everybody. I sent out some books last week, and I forgot to put the flashcards in there. I was doing a whole lot at the at the post office. So if you didn't get the 1 deck of flashcards, make sure you hit me up. It's only 4 people. I remember it's only 4 people. I forgot to put the flashcards in. So if you didn't get your deck of flashcards, sorry about that. Hit me up and I will send you your deck of flashcards. But this is what you get: deck of flashcards, excuse me, and also the books. And then you also get the cards. You also get the cards right here. This is what you keep in your car. And boom, you show this to the police officer and see what happens. We have been getting good feedback from people who have been using this. They are so damn scared they forget to take the phone out when they use these though. I need people who are using these, remember to take your phone out so that we can get some evidence of this when the popo pull you over, right? So that people see how this works, all right? So make sure you get this. This is all comes with the package. Great book of melanin research. If you order the hard copy, you get that for free. Make sure you go to realnuggets.com. If you want any of the packages, anything separately, go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org. Make sure you support. Also, if you want any of the crack scene card, this is the crack scene liability card. So if your boss forces you to get the cupcake, they have to pay. Basically, they're responsible or liable for every second that it remains in your bloodstream. So this is that notice right here. Also, if you are religious and you don't want to take it because of religious objections, right here, this is the religious exemption card. So because the tissue or the cupcake has aborted fetal in it, and so this can be your rejection right here. So either one of these or both, you can hand them both. And then also it comes with the Pfizer report, their own clinical study that shows how many people kicked the bucket in the first 4 to 10 days, which was 1,223, so that your bosses can't argue with you when they say, follow the science. Well, you're going to show them the science right here. So make sure you support. Get out there, make sure you support everything we do. And then, Know Your Rights Foundation, we back, baby. We had a good, nice little summer off. Man, it was nice. Yeah, dang it was nice. But no, I'm ready to get back and start teaching people. We got a lot of people already in here who are learning the law. They're sucking it up. And we had to really focus on those people so that we can get them through. Because, you know, when you're coming through here, this is the goal. Right here is the Know Your Rights Foundation certification. Hope I don't put my man put my man name out there. Sorry about that, TD. I keep using you every week, but this is you're the only one I got. But so this is the Know Your Rights Foundation certification right here. We are teaching you the law for free. For free, everybody. So we're starting that back up. So we're accepting applications all this month because we're going to start the classes. We're going to start enrollment back next month. So make sure if you want to learn the law for free, get over to knowyourrightsfoundation.org, fill out the form, and we will contact you and let you know what you need to do so that you can get in here, get this law, because this is what we're doing. This is how we're going now. Everybody, I don't know if you see what's popping. The world, America's moving in a different place. You have to have a new game. America is going crazy right now. What are you going to do? How are you going to step your game up to bypass all the bullcrap that's going on in America right now? All right, you need to understand on a fundamental level how it works and how to make it work for you. And that's the law. Sorry, but it is. So get over to knowyourrightsfoundation.org. Make sure you sign up. We're teaching you the law for free. We're starting back up again. So again, we're going to start it back up, the enrollments next month. So you can start. We're going to do interviews next month. So the enrollments, you can start already going over and start filling out the applications or a form so that you can send it to us and we'll send you an application to sign up. All right. So we're back in business, baby. Know Your Rights Foundation. This is what we're coming for. Again, I told you, I need a law army. I need a law goddamn army out here. You understand me? So appreciate you guys, everybody who's been supporting thus far. Appreciate you. What up, Christopher Perkins and Leo Fire? What's popping? All right. So that's the volunteers and things. And again, everybody, if you want the Patreon, you want to still learn how to get out of this system, the other side of the law, which is the status side, or learning how to self-govern, because we don't say sovereign anymore. Self-governing. That's what we're really doing. So make sure you get over to patreon.com/realnuggets and sign up to one of the status class levels. 20-something classes already recorded. Each class is like 2.5, 3 hours long. Actually, probably more than that. So you have it's a bunch of information for you to take in so that you can free yourself and your family Remember, status law is for the government. Police stop laws for you right now. This is what you need to use right now because that's the first line of offense that the system uses against you is the popo, is the police, right? So you need to learn that's the more immediate thing that you need to learn. However, for the long term, it's status law. So make sure you get over there, realnuggets.com excuse me, patreon.com/realnuggets. Sorry, patreon.com/realnuggets and sign up to one of the status class levels or the police stop law class, which we do every Sunday. And then we hold one tomorrow. So sign up, make sure you get this law because this is where it's going. And then hook up the homie Timmy Tight Top on the weed juice side of the game. You got my juice right here, surprisingly sweet. The tippity top, the Kobe of the bunch, baby. Right here. So this is surprisingly sweet grapefruit cantaloupe pear. Like I said, the Kobe of the bunch. Because Kobe's the GOAT. I don't care what y'all say. Then we got right here. Some of the new joint. This is Banana Dream, apple, orange, and banana. Bam. That apple, orange, banana. Man, off the chain right there. Somebody hit me up and said, Timmy Tight Top juices are fire. Yep. Somebody hit me up and they said, Timmy Tight Top juices are fire. Yes, they are. He be hooking it up. So, and this is, aren't you glad your skin looks great? Timmy, you corny, but but you make great juices right here. So aren't you glad your skin looks great? Because oranges and all that and carrots and all that is good for your skin. So it's orange, apple, carrot, celery, and ginger. And then make sure you got to get the green in, and that's the kale metabolizer. This is my favorite green drink that he makes. That's celery, parsley, kale, apple, lime, ginger, and cayenne pepper. Off the chain. Man, he knows how to hook them. He knows how to mix the juices. So appreciate you, Timmy Tight Top. If you see him in the chat, Hassan McCullough is his name. So let him know you said what's cracking. And then real quick, Conceptual Elixirs. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Oh, man, I didn't get to my P.O. box this week. Was dealing with some stuff with my car. So this week, I'll definitely get out to the P.O. box for sure. Appreciate you, brother. Real quick to my mod. To one of my moderators who's usually in here. His name is Mel. His name, I think, is Bro Mel when he's in there, but we call him Gargamel because that boy is mean as 18 pit bulls. Gargamel, he old as shit. He's still in his 40s, but if you talk to him, he sound like he from 1840s. But appreciate you, Gargamel. Happy solar return to you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for hooking it up in the moderators. And he's also on the Know Your Rights Foundation. So appreciate you, bro. And then last thing, the Ignite a Life Foundation for the Maui fire people. Make sure we've been hitting those up pretty well. I forgot to mention it last week. Sorry about that, but make sure we stay on it. Again, over 2,000 children are missing, allegedly. You got to say that. So, those people are really still hurting over there, no matter what Oprah and The Rock say. Oprah and The Rock over there. So please still help the people over there. Ignite a Life Foundation. This is where all your money goes to the people. 100% of your money goes to the people who have been hurt by the Maui fires. And we got to keep on doing it. Show them how the real Nagas Nation get down, baby. Show them how we show love over here. All right. Let's get real man. So for some reason my live chat is still not showing up on the phone. When you go to YouTube and use the app, for some reason the live chat is not downloading in the app. So nobody can see it. But if you go to use your computer, the laptop, you can see the live chat. So finally I was able to go back and check out the live chat for when we was talking about the poop power. And goddamn, let me tell you right now, that is the hardest I have ever laughed from a live chat in my entire life. I laughed so goddamn hard. I was waking people up at 3 in the morning. I was laughing my ass off. Y'all are funny. People in the chat, y'all was coming up with some gold. Comedy gold. And trust me, I'm a comedy connoisseur. I love comedy. Ever since I was a kid, just been love comedy. Y'all are funny. And I don't mean like corny funny. Y'all are top-notch funny. So shout out to the people in the chat. That if you haven't seen it, it's I think it says poop can power your TV. Says scientist. So make sure you go check out the live chat when we're talking about the poop to power, how they can convert poop to power. That's the funniest y'all ever been. Goddamn. I'm just gonna say that right now. That's the funniest y'all have ever been. Shout out. Y'all niggas are hilarious. I was crying. I was in there. I couldn't catch my breath. I was laughing so goddamn. I almost choked to death. I was laughing so hard. So shout out to y'all. All right. So real quick, just wanted to go over if you haven't checked it out, yeah. Maria Carvajal, y'all was tripping. If you haven't checked it out, please go check it out. You will die laughing. And that's the poop section. The poop to power section. So real quick, just wanted to touch up on what we talked about last week, the October 4th, since tomorrow's the 1st. So it's Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. From when it's supposed to hit at 2:22 p.m. East Coast time. Allegedly, we don't know. This is this is when they say they're supposed to do it. Yes, please wipe your feet. Thank you. Take your shoes off and wipe your feet before you come into the JoJo. Appreciate you. It's a bunch of y'all in there still with your goddamn shoes on. About 100 and something of y'all still in here with your shoes on. Have some decorum, please. But so it's Wednesday. Y'all ready? Supposedly for the zombie apocalypse. The zombie apocalypse. Is y'all ready for the zombie apocalypse? Y'all getting prepared? You got bite-proof clothing. You got your neck braces so they won't come up and start gnawing on your neck. You got zombie repellent. You seen the bear spray? I got zombie spray. Did you stock up? A bunch of people, y'all, man, hilarious. Now, again, do we know if it's gonna happen or not? Who knows? However, we talked about the IP36 gene deletion, which makes you into a zombie, makes you dumb, gives you a propensity to bite. Which is crazy. Make you dumb and want to bite. And makes you weak. It says makes your body frame weak. So that sounds like zombie to me. If you were describing a zombie, and I say, what that nigga look like? Well, he was hanging, his arms was hanging. Okay, that kind of matches up. He couldn't say nothing. He was just dumb. All he was saying was, Man, all right, we not missing nothing yet. And then this the capper. This is kind of really sold it to me. That nigga tried to bite my goddamn ear off. Oh, nigga, hey. We got 1, 2, 3, 3 things that add up. Hey, nigga, that sounds like a zombie apocalypse to me. Zombie apocalypse on Wednesday. Y'all ready? Y'all bite proof yet? You got your skills, you got your dart, whatever you got. Y'all seen what's my damn movie? That's the funniest damn movie, The Double Tap. What was that movie, y'all? With Woody Harrelson. Zombieland. That's my movie. That shit is hilarious. The Zombie Rules. Y'all seen the Zombie Rules? Double tap. Blap. Make sure. Make sure these niggas out. The first rule is stretch. Make sure you stretch. So you can run. Man, y'all seen the Zombie Rules? Y'all better go back. If you haven't seen Zombieland, you better go watch the Zombie Rules. It had all the goddamn zombie rules in Zombieland. Why? Why did that? Just saying. Why? Also, you can go to the CDC and look at their zombie apocalypse plan. So either one, Zombieland or CDs, or excuse me, the Cat Dog Cat. But again, if you are worried about that, make sure you have your Faraday bag. Put your phone in your Faraday bag. Foil, they said foil works too, but I would put it in foil in a Faraday bag. Why not do both? Foil and a Faraday bag sound right to me. So then also, this is the equivalent of a tinfoil cap. This is your Faraday cap. When they call you the tinfoil hat people, you goddamn right. At least I ain't going around here trying to gnaw off people's ears. You tell them that. You a ear gnawer. You an ear nibbler. It's bow. Have it on, boom. So you can prepare. You can prepare. Also, put it in the microwave. Put your phone in the microwave. May not work as well, but if you don't have anything else, throw that phone in the microwave. So, the zombie apocalypse is coming. I just want to reiterate and make sure that everybody has got everything you're supposed to have. You got all your Zombieland rules together. Funny show. That was a funny damn movie. Zombieland 2 was kind of funny. It was cool, but Zombieland 1 was hilarious. Is it gonna happen? What you think? You think they would tell us? If they're about to initiate a zombie apocalypse, you think they would tell us? I'm just saying. I'm just putting 2 and 2 together. If I'm gonna whoop your ass, most likely, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just gonna jump off. When nigga say I'm gonna beat your ass, he don't really mean it. Maybe if he says it only once. Let me. If he says it only once, he may mean that shit. Because if after he says it one time is followed by some action, he meant it. But nigga keep talking, I'll beat your ass, nigga, you ain't shit. Woo, woo, woo. Hey, nigga, that nigga ain't ready to do nothing. He trying to tell you all the shit he gonna do. He ain't trying to do nothing. He done told you everything he about to do. A nigga really want to whoop your ass. He quiet as you running your mouth. He looking at all the weak spots on your body to take out. About to rip this fool, about to rip his arm off, about to rip his throat, about to break this. That's what you thinking. And then you just jump out. You ain't got to talk. You jump on that fool. What? You know, no mouth running. Yo, Eugene, what's up, brother? Supporting the sister. Appreciate you, brother. No mouth running. You just jump up and do what you got to do. So I don't think they would tell us if they gonna turn everybody into zombies. I don't think they would give us the exact time and day and time frame that they're gonna do it in. I just don't think they would do that. That's all the detective movies I've seen and the espionage movies I've seen in history have said they wouldn't do that. But there's no harm in being prepared with your Faraday stuff and your tinfoil. And who give a damn if somebody call you the tinfoil hat wearing nigga? Nobody cares. All right, moving along. Did you see your boy FAUCHEE? He just keep coming up. FAUCHEE just keeps coming up, man. So your boy FAUCHEE, story was in it was a couple of places. I found it in the New York Post. So it said, FAUCHEE went to he went to the CIA headquarters to influence the Boogie V origins probe. So basically, you know, that the House Republicans were saying that it was coming from the Wu-Tang lab. So when that theory came out, FAUCHEE went over to the CIA, rolled on over there, and was like, hey, look, let me holler at you real quick. You know that Wu-Tang theory? That shit don't sound right to me. It don't think who the top viral nigga in America? That would be me, right? So if I don't think it came from the Wu-Tang, what the hell y'all looking at then? Nigga, I'm the only nigga you need to be listening to around here. He said, call me king. Appreciate you, brother. Fauci was in there. Hey, brother, what you hey, let me talk to you for a second. They was getting ready to look at something. Hey, come here, man. Don't look at that pile of papers right there. Let me talk to you for a second. Hey, man, let me holler at you, man. Hey, look here, man. How you been? You been good? You been doing all right, brother? Huh? How you need anything? You know, because I got you. I got your back. Anything you need. He over there smoozing, kissing ass, rubbing balls. This nigga giving head massages on niggas. You know, I would forget about the Wu-Tang theory if I were you. He just like, nigga, if you don't get your hand off me, Fauci, bitch. Look, hold on, man. You're a little tense in the head there, man. Let me just help you. Fauci in CIA headquarters giving niggas head massages. So they'll forget about the Wu-Tang theory, the Wu-Tang lab theory. So it says in the report, Dr. Anthony Fauci was secretly escorted. Now, operative word, secretly escorted to CIA headquarters, where he attempted to influence the outcome of the agency's investigation into the origins of the COV-19 during the Pandemic, the Republican chairman of the House of COV-19 panel alleges. Secretly, this nigga was rolling up. Hey, nigga, don't ask me where I'm going. No, you don't need. Hey, look here. His wife. Anthony, where you going? Hey, what the fuck you asking me where I'm going for, bitch? Hey, look here. Don't ask me shit about my business. This is Michael Corleone. And don't ask me nothing about the family. Y'all ever seen Michael Corleone? He told this girl, hey, don't ask me nothing. Karen, don't ask me nothing about the business, about the family business. That's what Fauci told his wife. He went over there and the secret, they traveled him over there, secretly tried to hide him on the cameras. They tried to hide the nigga from the cameras, but they found him. The representative, Brad Winstrup Representative Brad Winstrup of Ohio, the head of the House Select Subcommittee on Roro Pandemic, revealed what he called concerning information obtained by his panel in a letter sent to the Inspector General of the Department of Health and Human Services on Tuesday, arguing that it lends credence to the heightened concerns about the promotion of the false COV-119 origins narrative by multiple federal agencies. Yo, one immaculate. Thank you, brother. He says, Fauci, a ritual sacrifice to divert the... Yeah, you goddamn right he is. Fauci done his bidding. Fauci has done so much dirt. Now, he may think he's in the untouchable echelon, but they're slowly leaking stuff out there about him. He was in the adrenochrome party. Fauci was in the Dreezy Chrome parties. But right now, it's too much heat. So who's going to take it? Who's going to take that heat? It has to be Fauci. He was set up for it. Plus, he been doing this stuff since the 80s. Since AZT. Remember that? He been doing this since AZT. I just saw a video of him from the 80s when he was talking about AZT and how you need to take it. And how it's how it's good for you and boom, 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 and this and that, and more people need to jump on it now. I mean, he was advocating out there for that shit, and everybody knows, and we got to say allegedly, but that stuff is what was taking people out. back in the 80s. It was that. Because that he had a thing going against the Nation of Islam, because Nation of Islam was putting out natural stuff. And he went and got that shut down. But most people don't know, Fauci was the one Dr. Sebi was fighting against. When Dr. Sebi got arrested, and he went to jail because he said that he could cure anything. He put it in the newspaper that he can cure anything. Then he was doing it. He kept putting it in the newspaper. Then finally, somebody saw it. This is in the New York newspapers, right? So, excuse me. This was in the New York newspapers. So, the government saw it and arrested him because he was saying he could cure AIDS, which was supposed to be FAUCHEEZY's thing. That's what they got him for. He was saying he could cure AIDS. They didn't give a fuck about all the other shit. He kept saying he could cure AIDS. So they arrested him for that. And that was your boy FAUCHEEZY who did that. Because, again, he was the director of the NIH, and he was trying to put out the AZT. And then, suspiciously, Dr. Sebi dies 3 or 4 months before the Pandeezy hit. Yeah, rest in power to Dr. Sebi. But he kicks the bucket suspiciously 3 months before the Pandeezy hit, 3 to 4 months before the Pandeezy hit. And that's a coincidence. And he's the only person in the whole world who could have shut down the Pandeezy because he was proven in court that he could cure anything by his treatments. Sickle cell anemia, AIDS. He was cured. He had all that in there. He had 70. They asked him to bring 5 people to court that he cured. He brought 77. They asked him to bring 5 people to court that he cured. He brought 77. I got the goddamn the whole case in my cabinet, my file cabinet. So he was the only person who could have stopped in the world. Literally, he was the only person in the world who could have stopped this Pandeezy, because he was ruled by a court to be able to cure AIDS and all the rest of this stuff with his natural homeopathic cures. So he would have came out the first day and shut it down. Oh, this bullshit ain't nothing. Take this, take that. This is mucus, boom, 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 boom. And he would have shut it down. So they had to take Sebi out. So it says, the information provided suggests that Dr. Fauci was escorted into Central Intelligence Agency. Oh, Monique's Journey. Thank you, girl. Appreciate you. So again, let me read it. The information provided suggests that Dr. Fauci was escorted into the Central Intelligence Agency headquarters without a record of entry. Anybody who go to the headquarters they supposed to mark you in there. They slid in through the back door. Hey, Fauci, get on. Hey, nigga. They did a behind the back pass like they was magic. And Fauci was the ball. They said, hey, no look pass. Oh, hey, no look past Fauci through the back door. And it said, without record of entry, and participated in the analysis to influence the agency's review. Winstrup said, our goal is to ensure the scientific investigative process regarding the origins of CoV-19 was fair, impartial, and free of alternative influence. We know it wasn't. We already know that it wasn't. Spread the wealth. Thank you. He said, wasn't Nick Cannon supposed to take over the movie Nipsey was making about Dr. Sebi? Yeah, he was. What happened to that? Strange times we live in. Yeah, what happened to Nick Cannon's movie about Dr. Sebi? Hey, Nick Cannon. Nick, what happened? You know what happened. When he came out and he said that the Khazars When he said all that stuff when he was on the thing with Professor Griff. Shout out to Professor Griff. When he was on there with Professor Griff, he really wilded out. He was like, why they ain't coming after me? And they came and showed him who his daddy was. And he was like, nah, I'm not doing that. He already did that right there, showed him I ain't touching that. I'm not touching the Dr. Sebi thing. If they got him for just that, just for what he said in an interview with Professor Griff, what you think they're gonna do when he come out with Dr. Sebi could have cured anything and the Pandeezy and all the rest of that? What you think they gonna frickin' see that nigga Nick Cannon? So yeah, he pulled that all the way back. He pulled that. that nigga hit the emergency brake for real. So then it says, so last week we talked about the story about how the CIEZ paid off the scientists. Just did this story last week, and now this week the story comes out that Fauci was snuck into the headquarters without entry so that he could collaborate. And again, they say, ain't no such thing as conspiracy. This is the very definition of conspiracy. Nigga, you are secretly meeting with the CIA to come up with an origin story for the Pandeezy. Like the Pandeezy's a superhero. And it's Batman. It need an origin story. His mama was killed in the alley by the Joker. When it went to a damn play, they acted like the road. It need a trend. We need an origin story. Where did it come from? Huh? What was his hardship? Who killed his mama? Who made the corona? Who made him like Batman? Like they coming up like somebody made it into what it is, like Batman. It wasn't the Roro at first. It was the Ro. It was just the Ro. And then he had to grow up. Like, nigga, Fauci and them is with the bullshit. An origin story. That's what it says. I'm quoting that. That's why I'm saying this. I'm quoting origin story, just like in a superhero comic book. Holy shit. So they paid off the scientists to go along with the zoological origin story. Right? Yo, Christopher Clark, thank you, brother. Says been gone for a few shows fighting wildfires. Oh, that's what's up. Appreciate that, man. In California and Oregon. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you on them wildfires, man. Save the planet. Save those wild animals too. That's what wildfires take out, is the wild animals around them. That'd be messed up. So again, so they paid the scientists to go along with the bat, the pangolin, and it was a bat, a pangolin, and an alligator, and they was all chilling in the club. So they came up with the orgy, with the orgy, the bat, pangolin, and the alligator orgy story. Mr. Darius, TVD, thank you, brother, appreciate you. That's what they paid the scientists to go along with. So now we see all of it came out. Now, is anything gonna happen to FAUCHEE? This is big time shit. The organization that he's in charge of paid for the research at the Wu-Tang lab that he then collaborated with the CIA to suppress. He collaborated secretly with the CIA niggas to suppress where it came from. Meaning he had to know where it came from in order for him to try to fake another place. Yeah. And nothing's going to happen. Because the mainstream media is not reporting this shit. You're not seeing this on mainstream media? So, But the universe knows you messed up, Fauci, in the universe. The universe is not going to forget. We are in a new age, this air age, this informational age. Uh, after the conjunction where you can't hide anything. Anything that's hidden comes to light like boom, immediately. So fuck Fauci. And so we move it along. Just let y'all know that boy FAUCHEEZY was sneaking into the CIA to collaborate and hide the origin story. Yo, Roger Gross, thank you, brother. He says FAUCHEEZY is a scumbucket. Yes, he is. Feed him to the lions. Absolutely. Like we was back in Rome. Yeah, that's dude, man. Absolutely. Full of crap. Spread the wealth. Thank you, brother. He says crack Instagram AIDS. Cracking. Appreciate you, brother. So we already knew about Fauci, but now we got hard evidence that's not going to go anywhere. That's crazy. We got hard evidence that this fool basically started a pandeezy, a world pandeezy, and nothing going to happen. Right, Gator the God said, the God, man. So, moving along. Did you hear that about Jay-Z's mistress? I call her his mistress. Maybe he ain't tapping. I don't know. I think he is. The way he was staring at old girl at one of these showings that she had. Old girl, it was a Marina, what is it? Damn it. Marina Abramovich. That's her name. Marina Abramovich. The spirit cooking chick. That was mentioned in the Hillary Clinton Podesta emails, allegedly. Gotta go there. So who was allegedly mentioned in the Hillary, and John Podesta emails that dealt with the pizza, GATE, the pizza. I call it the pepperoni fence. Instead of the pizza gate, I call it the pepperoni fence. You gotta encode everything on YouTube. They be trying to take you out. So the pepperoni fence debacle, back when Hillary and them was trying to tap the little chillins, right? Tap the little kids. Podesta and them, they had all them emails, all that crazy ass stuff. Podesta with the pictures and the weird pictures of children in his home and all of that shit, and talking about I just bought 100 and something pizzas. Told Barack Obama to bring about the hot dogs that he had brought to the backyard, to the Moloch cookout and all that. That was all in the email. We're going to have a cookout for Moloch in Barack's backyard. That's what they said. A cookout for Moloch in Barack's backyard. Bring the hot dogs, and the hot dogs are supposed to be another metaphor for little, the little toddlers, the little boys. So, and then we just see what just came out with your boy Gay Rock, Gay Rock Obama. So it's all coming out. They can't hide this crap no more. Before, this nigga would have died with this secret. They would all die with these secrets now. But again, so what they do in Ukraine just made her the ambassador, the spirit cooking chick now. Now, spirit cooking, spirit cooking, that's when she makes this crazy shit with organs, and she go look at her damn her displays and all that with blood and kids and cutting, mutilating children. Oh, nigga, disgusting. Oh, girl's disgusting. Yeah, Maria Carball. Thank you. That's the way I feel too. She's disgusting. However, they've made her ambassador to Ukraine to help rebuild the schools. What in the entire... She is the ambassador to Ukraine to help rebuild the schools? This shit is just blatant now. They ain't even trying to hide the shit. They're not even trying to hide the shit. It's just out there in the open. Why is she a goddamn artist? What the hell does she got to do with rebuilding schools? She a goddamn artist. Supposedly. Not really. She a goddamn devil worshiper cutting up, allegedly. She a goddamn devil worshiper cutting up kids in her backyard. Sacrificing them to Moloch. Allegedly. So, she over in Ukraine. Now, I don't know if you remember, I did the story on the dude who did Sound of Freedom. I forgot his name. Something Ballard. Tim Ballard maybe or something like that. Something Ballard. But he said in his trafficking work, you know, he's been all over the world. One of the main places they put him was UKREEZY. He said that's the biggest child trafficking place in the world. This is the dude who made Sound of Freedom. He said it's the biggest child trafficking place in the world. Yo, Roger Rose, appreciate you. He said, what the fuck? Yep. That chick looked like Beyonce armpit hair. She looked like Beyonce armpit hair. Look, that's hilarious. One immaculate, thank you, brother. He says Jay probably paid her to spirit cook his celebrity status to a billionaire. Hey, he in there now. He in the rooms doing the he in the back room. He's doing it. Jay-Z is doing it. God damn. But again, she was mentioned in the pepperoni fence emails. Not the pizza, the pepperoni fence. So, what are they about to do in UKREEZY to the kids? Allegedly. Maybe nothing. Maybe they're going to take them to Disneyland. Maybe they'll build a Disneyland over there. They're going to just take them to Disneyland and make all the kids feel good because bombs have been dropped all over their city. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. And then, I don't know if y'all heard about that. I talked about this last week. About how your money, your tax dollars are going to Ukraine to pay their pensions. But then it came out, it's going to pay way more than that. You're paying way more. You're paying for their small businesses. You're paying for loans. You're paying for the salaries. You're paying the salaries of these people over there. Yo, One Immaculate, thank you, brother. He says, eyes wide shut. Yep, eyes wide shut. Bam. Eyes wide shut side of the game, for sure. But you see what's popping off over there. This is the absolute fuck shit. They have put one of the biggest or the biggest alleged child lover in charge of all the children in Ukraine. And then all of our money is going over there. They ain't even paying veterans. Y'all know that? They ain't even taking care of veterans, but they taking care of the veterans and people over in Ukraine with your tax money. This is crazy shit. The government is about to go the government, because you know they haven't funded the government yet, so they're still supposed to do that today. They're supposed to meet to see if they can fund the government because they voted down to fund the government. So if not, they're gonna have a government shutdown tomorrow morning, right? You know who's gonna get their money though? You know who's still gonna get their money? Even if you don't and we don't, and all the government workers who work for this goddamn country don't get their money? The UKREEZYs. The UKREEZYs still get their money. Excuse me, your money. Brother Gargamel, what up? Happy solar return to you, brother. He's in the chat. Everybody in the chat, if you're in the chat, wish Brother Mel a happy solar return. He's one of the moderators. Tell him what's popping. Tell him stop being so goddamn mean to people. Stop being evil and stop eating deer. He eats Bambi, y'all. He evil. Anybody who eats Bambi is evil. I'ma still wish you a happy solar return today. Happy solar return, bro. Stop eating Bambi. So Ukraine has got a whole lot going that we can see. And that war over there ain't gonna stop. They got too much invested in Ukraine. I mean, all over the place. Ukraine is basically like Puerto Rico. It's another state. And I know Puerto Rico is looking at all the funding that we give in Ukraine and like, what the we don't give Puerto Rico no money. We don't give Puerto Rico no goddamn money. And it's American territory. And we are funneling hundreds of billions of dollars over to Ukraine. Puerto Rico gets nothing. When they have hurricanes and shit, nothing. Trump bitch ass took his ass. How long did it take him to go to fucking Puerto Rico after they had the hurricane over there? Took that nigga for days. So both of these motherfuckers fucked up. Just so we clear, Biden and Trump, both of these niggas got some fuck shit. Neither one of these niggas is on some righteous shit. So watch out for the UKREEZYs. So moving along in rainbow news, Gavin Newsom. So we told you about the bill AB in California that they had that was going to basically take children away from their parents in a custody dispute. So if the parents were getting a divorce in a custody dispute, they had to take into account the child's gender. You know, they had to basically placate that state of mind to affirm the psychosis or the confusion of a child in order to be the one to get the child in the custody battle. That was the bill. A sister wrote this up. Crazy ass sister talking about her daughter. They told her their daughter at 5, they let them pick and choose whatever gender they was at 5, because they felt that they needed nothing was better. They needed anything that they said. They needed to just affirm what, you know, they needed to affirm their life or whatever. No, you don't affirm every goddamn thing for a kid. That's not true. What the fuck are you talking about? You are here. You have knowledge to tell a child what not to do, to give them guidance. If we're walking down a road and the end of the road is dark, but you've been on this road before and you know at the end of the road there's a cliff. So we ain't gonna go all the way down this road. We're gonna take a detour. But you got a new person on the road, a child on the road with you who don't know the road, and they just walking. They just walking. They not paying attention to shit. Walking. And you say, hey, come on back here. And the kid says, no, I feel good on this road, Dad. I feel good on this road. I'm just going to take this road and see where it goes. I think this road leads to Disneyland. This road, I think this road leads to Disneyland. I saw an impression of Mickey Mouse and the Rock along the way. I saw a vision of Mickey and the Rock, Dad. I'm just going to take the road. And you let your child go down that road knowing that it's a goddamn cliff leading to a goddamn ravine 1,000 miles down. You ain't supposed to let that child walk down that road just because they believe they gonna see Mickey Mouse at the end of the goddamn hey, Mickey Mouse, Dad. I'm telling you, Dad, Mickey is down at the end. I seen it in a vision. I seen it in a vision, Daddy. And hell no, you snatch that child by his goddamn collar, choke him out a little bit if you got to make him understand. No, I'm just kidding. But you snatch him by his collar and you don't let that kid walk down that road. But Gavin Newsom vetoed the bill. What? Bitch ass Gavin Newsom vetoed that bill, y'all. Holy shit. Why did he do that? Why did Gavin Newsom, Gavin Bitchum, is what I like to call him, Why did Gavin Bitcham veto that bill? Like, it's right in line with all the other woke bullshit that he does. Why did he veto the bill? Because he's getting ready to run for president. Y'all know, Gavin Newsom is running for president. I don't know if y'all see him everywhere. There's no reason that while other people are running for president, now Biden is running for president, you should see a Democrat this much in front of the camera. Roger Rose, appreciate you. Said in Rainbow News, yeah, baby. Rainbow News, baby. So Gavin Newsom, he's out there. So either he's out there for couple things. So Biden already said he hoped he live to be able to get baby Biden out of trouble. So that means he think he about to croak soon. That's what that means. So they're on the watch. You see Dianne Feinstein, she just died after she posted a vote. 2 hours after she posted a vote, Dianne Feinstein went back to the office and croaked. So, Biden? No. So these niggas is, they dropping dead right now. Look at Mitch McConnell. Nancy Pelosi. What about you? So, that's what's going on. They think he about to die, right? So Gavin Newsom is out there everywhere. After the second debate, the Republican debate, he was giving interviews and boom, boom, and killing and boom. That nigga can talk a good game. He a good politician. He can talk a good game, right? So why is Gavin Newsom out there? See, he's two things. He's preparing. So he's laying the groundwork for if he has to. It's either two things. So he's saying that he's not going to run for sure, right? But if Biden kicks the bucket, they know they don't want Kamala, even though it's gonna be death if they skip over Kamala. They not gonna be able to live that down. That's gonna be a disaster. But Gavin Newsom is gonna have to run, right? So they're laying the groundwork already. And Biden or Kamala, they can't speak. These two people can't speak for some goddamn reason. Biden is just, that nigga gone. And let me be clear. He actually did that in a speech. I think I said that last week. That nigga said, and let me be clear. What the fuck, nigga, did he just say? Let you be clear about what, nigga? You didn't say shit. So that's Biden. He can't speak at all. And then Kamala, she be drinking, I guess, before her speeches, because she just be on a tangent. She go on one and just get into that crazy ass laugh. That laugh she do. Oh, goddamn, Kamala. So Gavin is super articulate, where he can explain the positions of the Democrats. Yo, Brandon Terry, thank you. Thank you, brother. Gratitude to you, too. So Gavin can get out there and lay out the Democratic plan better than either one of them can. So they got him out there, right? So if Gavin has to run, he has to seem a little more in the middle. Because he right now crazy extreme with all this damn rainbow woke LGBT mafia shit that he doing in California. About to make me move out of this bitch. Seriously, all this shit he doing. And we had a great state. Had a goddamn great state when Jerry Brown, the Aries, used to run our state. But since Gavin Bitcham took over, goddamn. So he's positioning himself in order to run, right? Excuse me. So then, when he did that, though, because then you can say, on the surface, all right, Gavin Newsom looks like he's trying to pull it back. But then, if you look a little closer, he signed a law that made the rainbow people a protected class in California. It's called the Alphabet Soup Protections Law. So he made them a protected class, a special class in California. What the? How are they? It's two of them niggas. It's two of them. In the corner singing It's Raining Men. Like in what was that? Men on Film. It's two two of them niggas in the chair doing reviews of movies like Men on Film, and they a protected class now. This is absolutely ridiculous. But he signed that law on the low. That didn't get as much publicity as the veto, as the one he vetoed, right? And then he signed another law, because I don't think, this is what I'm saying, people are like, well, he's trying to be moderate. Because then he signed another law that stopped, this law that they wrote, it stopped the ban on school books based on race and gender teaching. So he put race in there, right? So this law stops the ban on school books that are based on gender and racial identity or whatever, right? Teachings. Racial and gender teachings. So it was really, people are just trying to ban books that deal with gender. When they got the book called The Gay BCs and the other one that teach the two boys how to have sex and at 10 years old or 9 years old or some shit. It's crazy. Man, goddamn. And so people trying to get them books out of school, right? So he threw in racial so that the bill wouldn't get turned down. Like people don't want books that teach about race in school. Racial history. Ain't nobody tripping on that. And he know nobody was tripping on that. But let me just throw that in there. So if somebody tries to challenge it, I can call them racist. You're a racist. You're a bigot. How dare you? I don't want to hear you. I don't even want to hear you. I don't listen to bigots. You want to take the high ground. Virtue signal is what they call it nowadays. He want to do the virtue signaling. So he threw race in there along with gender identity or gender teachings, which is some bullshit. God damn. Because then, where is it? Because there's a child's book that came out. Did y'all see this child's book? It's called Swingers Party. It's a child's book called Swingers Party. Now, I hope this was a joke, but they had the whole book. If they was a joke, they went through a goddamn lot of production to create this book. It's called Swingers Party. And it teaches the children of swingers that their parents are swingers. But the dad be swinging with the other dad. Holy, what the wife be swinging with the other wife. So it's books like that people are trying to get banned in school. Not books that teach children about their racial history, but he threw that on in there because now you can't ban either one. This is bullshit, man. This is absolute an attack on the system. So people are, he's changing his course. No, he not. I think he gay on the low, like Obama. Just saying. I think he might be gay on the low. Ain't got no proof. But the fact that he caping the way he is for the Rainbow Mafia suit, Rainbow Alphabet Soup Mafia, whatever you want to call him. Now you caping too hard, Gavin Newsom. Too hard, my nigga. That's way a little too hard. Like Barack Obama signing in gay marriage. Acting like, oh, I'm a Christian. I'm really against it, but I've seen the light. I've been changed. Nigga, where you see that at, nigga? Where that in the Bible at? Where in the Bible did you see that at, nigga? Because God, he didn't change none of it. As far as I know, in the Bible, God didn't flip his God. He didn't change. He didn't put that in there. So how was your eyes open if you were supposed to be a Christian and against it at first? That's because you was full of shit. That's been your whole life the whole time. Your secret agenda to get that shit signed into law. He got it signed into law. I ain't saying whatever the fuck you want to do, nigga. But you was trying to act like it was you had an awakening, an epiphany. Nigga, that was your whole agenda. Gay Rock Obama, that was your whole agenda. So, did you see, moving along in Rainbow News? So there's a public park in Palm Springs. Did y'all see this? In Palm Springs, the park, the monument that they set up in the Palm Springs park, This is goddamn. This is absolutely ridiculous. The monument they set up in the Palm Springs Park. So it was supposed to be an alphabet mafia group. They wanted to create some type of monument, then put it in, in a park in Palm Springs, Central National or Public Park. So they let them. And goddamn, did you see what it's a statue of? What it's a sculpture of? See, this is what I'm saying. This is why you can't, you got to keep mashing on them. This is why you got to keep mashing out. The statue in the park is of a booty hole. Go look it up. It's a goddamn booty hole. A white booty hole. Sitting right there in the middle of the park on a goddamn slab of statue elevated off the ground. Go look, Google that shit right now. It's in the park. It's a white booty hole in the park in Palm Springs right now. Hold on. Goddamn. Now they ain't going too far with it. This ain't going too far. A booty hole. Excuse me. And then you be talking shit when motherfuckers smack the shit out of you. You putting booty holes in the middle of the park where children walk. Families take their kids to the park and walk through the park. And then they roll up on a booty hole. And then the kids, Daddy, what's that? What the fuck is he supposed to say? Is a contact lens? What are you supposed to say? God damn the fuck that is. That's one of them things you put, because it got little ridges in it. So what is it? One of them little things you put in the coffee cup holder that you spread it. What's that little coffee cup thing that just sprays up? Is that what he's supposed to tell his son? That's what it is? You are forcing this man to have a conversation with his child that he may not want to have at that time. But it's right there in the middle of the park. Go look it up, y'all. The booty hole. Goddamn. And then they wondering why you mashing out against them. Because you're putting booty holes in parks and acting like children are just supposed to just roll up on. Yeah, the coffee filter. Thank you. That's what it looked like. It looked like a coffee filter with a hole in it. That's exactly what it looked like. A coffee filter. A coffee filter with a hole in it. That's a goddamn booty hole. And they try to act like it wasn't. They tried to, the people who designed it. No. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? It's just a circular design. It's an abstract design that just came from my mind. See? I'm rhyming. It was divinely inspired. Like, divinely inspired from what, nigga? What the hell was that divinely inspired from? You are full. Take your ass to church, nigga. You evil ass. No, I'm just kidding. Putting booty holes in the middle of parks so children can walk up on it and then blindside their daddy or mama with, Mommy, Daddy, what's that? None of your damn business. Something you don't ever put your goddamn, you don't put your nose in or your tongue in. Unless your woman asks you to when you get older. I'm just kidding. Don't nobody. So this so moving along from the booty hole park news. There was a Michigan Supreme Court that ordered judges across the state to not misgender anyone who appears before them in court. The judges can't misgender anybody now, or they get penalized if they misgender, even on accident. They are just taking away your freedom. Taking away our freedom. That's what George Bush said. They hate us for our freedom. They hate us for our freedom. They're taking away our freedom. The judges can't misgender anybody. Now, I don't know if a lot of judges are conservative. Some are not. A lot are not. So I don't know if they had a problem with it or not. But if they did, they can't say shit about it now. Because there was the state Supreme Court. Because they went all the way to the Supreme Court. So the state Supreme Court ordered judges across Michigan to address people correctly in court by their choice of pronouns or by other respectful means. So if you don't want to do pronouns, I guess you can say something else. Because then it says, the newly adopted rule allows legal personnel to include Ms., MS, Mr., and mix, which is MX. That's the new shit. MX for gender neutral. So you're either a Ms., a Mr., or a mix. A mix? You are a mix. Come on, y'all. What the... Ms., Mr., or mix. They just are creating and hope and just... excuse me, think you just gonna follow right along with the new language they create for you. Because they're supposed to be on some higher bullshit. You are not about to tell me how to talk. I want whatever the fuck I want to call you, that's what I'm gonna call you. I don't give a shit what you thought. What you think. You can call me what the fuck you want to call me too. The difference between you and me is I don't care. I'm not attached to what you say. Because I know who I am. And I know you don't. So you can say whatever the fuck you want. I don't think 2 seconds, I don't give it a millisecond's thought. But you who are insecure and don't know yourself, you attach yourself to my words because you're really not truly understanding, or you don't truly know who you are in essence. That's why you have a problem with it. So this MX bullshit. Then in Montana... a judge blocked a ban on gender-affirming care for transformer youth. So Montana implemented a law banning child chop shops and, hormone blockers. And then the court over there, said, no, you can't do it. Now, what the hell is going on with Montana? I thought they was the red state. I thought they was conservative as hell. What the hell? Y'all know this? Montana? That seemed like some old woke progressive shit for real. That judge? Now, it might be a woke judge, even though the state may be conservative. The judge may be woke. Could be a George Soros funded judge, because he's been funding judges all around the country. To the tune of billions of dollars. So, and it was Senate Bill 99. That's what it was. Senate Bill 99 banned treatments on puberty blockers, hormone therapy, and stuff like that. And so the judge blocked it and said you can't do that. That was for children under 18. So now they're going to allow children under 18 to get this done. Dude, you are insane. These people are absolutely crazy. You can't drive a car. You can't get a tattoo. You can't have sex, excuse me, with an adult at these young ass ages. But oh yeah, by all means, go ahead and lop off your reproductive organs. By all means, go ahead and lop off your reproductive organs forever. Can't you put them back on? You ain't no Mr. Potato Head, nigga. You're not a Lego set, bitch. You can't be and snap it back on. No, it doesn't do that. So that judge is full of crap. He's full of bullshit. Because y'all understand, there is a culture war going on in America. There's usually, when they talk about there's a back in the day, this would have caused the revolution. What's going on in America right now, the woke this and the left side and the red and the woke and the far right and the MAGA and all this extreme Back in the day, it would have led to some type of civil war. But today, they can't do that because you just can't be shooting up people. We're supposed to be a more civilized world today. So what they do is have culture wars. Even back then, they had culture wars, which usually, though, led to actual physical confrontations. But culture wars happen when the government or external forces want to change your society from what made your society great and what it was into some other new shit, right? So that's what we're going through today. You know, you want to talk about old values, whether you believe in them or not, you believe they're real or not, but perceptually, the values of America were family, you know, truth, justice, and the American way, honor, all this, that, you know. So, you know, what is it also? And they were built on this Christian, you know, I ain't no religion, but religion, which though it does help you, religion is a school. I don't do religion because I'm past that, but it's for some people. It's a school. So it helps you to stop focusing on yourselves, not being so self-centered, and focus on other people. It helps you to be connected to other people. Now, the wrong thing is it makes you focus your power externally on some external God that can, you know, that's all powerful, that's out here controlling your life like the puppet master when you are the God. So, you know, when you get those lessons, you move on and start understanding you are the puppet master of yourself. But some people need that type of stuff. And it was also built on Masonic principles. Most of the people don't understand America was built on Masonic principles, which dealt with building you up, building up the man to try to build you up to a Superman. That's what Superman is. That's where they get that from, Nietzsche and all that bullshit. But it was building you up from the lower man to a Superman, or the above man, what they called it. The above man was the Superman. So, you know, it's it's the hero's journey. If you look at any movie that has a hero, a superhero in it, where you start off as nothing and you go, or you think you the shit, and then you go off and you have a few victories, and then you get knocked down on your ass because the universe shows you that you don't know what you think you know. You're naive, you're arrogant, you know, you're all these things you don't really understand. You have no wisdom, you know, only cockiness. And then you start to learn, and then you come back once you've gone into the lab and you wielding your lightsaber, and you know how to you know how to whoop ass with the lightsaber. Then you come back out, then you take on Vader again. You're like, hey, you cut my hand off before, Vader. We ain't the same. I ain't the same nigga no more now, homie. I'm not that same homie that you cut my hand off though last movie, Vader. I done went through it, homie. Don't mess around, my nigga. Don't fuck around. So that's what the hero's journey is. And so it doesn't, they don't have those teachings anymore in schools and even in these temples anymore, which again, whether you like these things or not, these things help to discover discipline within a person. It helps you to discover discipline, and saying that they're not teaching these things anymore. So these values have been lost. So these are the things that made America what it was. They're flipping that because they want to turn America global, right? That's what it made America. These things made America a great nation in their own mind, right? We ain't saying whether you believe that or not, that's on you. But in their minds, it made America this great nation, right? And so these principles are being flipped on their head right now, right? With the same-sex love, which will lead to which destroys the families. No fault divorce, which destroys the families. Yo, Wayne Wallace, appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Discipline, that's right. These people don't have discipline anymore. They're not taught that sometimes you have to go through hardship in order to come through some shit and be stronger. It's all about mental health, not mental fortitude. Where is that? Can we get that? Can we get that conversation going on? Every goddamn video you watch on YouTube, they'll cut in with better help. It's a goddamn, it's a some, I guess you can call them online, and counselors that you can call online on the phone or whatever. It's called better health. They're always going to, we need mental health and start Charlemagne the God and mental health in the hood and all this and that. No, nigga, mental health, you know what? I can be healthy and still weak. I can be healthy as hell and not be able to pick up a pebble off the ground. But I'm healthy. Like a lot of the vegans out here. Yeah, y'all healthy, but you can't lift a penny, nigga. Because you're weak. It's about strength. It's about pushing yourself up against something in order to make yourself stronger. In science, that's called Ohm's law. The science of resistance. Resistance makes you stronger. If you're just allowed to do whatever all the goddamn time, how do you get better? If nothing is opposing you, how do you sharpen your sword? So mental fortitude is what should be talked about. That should be the conversation of the day. But it's not. And so we have a culture war going on right now. And this is how they flip America. This is why I put this book right here. This Naked Communist. It's a scam and a plan. All on how to flip America. So these are 45, it's called the 45 Goals of Communism. And these things are principles that they will implement when they want to implement a communist society, right? So this is what they're going towards now. This is why you see no borders. This is why they're letting all the immigrants in. They're trying to create this communist world, this one world order, which will be communist in essence, right? So again, U.S. acceptance of coexistence as the only U.S. acceptance of coexistence as the only alternative to atomic war. So it says the U.S., and these are principles that they have to implement. U.S. willingness to capitulate in preference to engaging in atomic war, right? So they basically go along with the war. Yo, One Immaculate, appreciate you, brother. Says, does joining a group like Freemasonry or Rosicrucians help in today's climate? Zoe said he graduated from Islam to where he is now. What has helped you? I studied it all. I studied everything. But I even studied Rosicrucians. I studied Rosicrucians, and my friend's dad, he was a Rosicrucian. My friend's dad, he was a lot of stuff. He was a Mason, a Rosicrucian. He was a Scientologist. And I don't mean he just dabbled in it. He went all the way to the top in all of them. So I lived with him for a little bit, and he had the Rosicrucian books. He had the teachings in the house. So I would sit there and read the Rosicrucian books. He had the manuals. He had the Scientology stuff. So I read all. I've been through all that, like the inside. And when I mean on the inside, he ran these things. So I've been through all of that. But all of these things, everything's a school. You never stay in one thing. Everything's a school. You learn. You get into it. You get what you need from it, and then you move on. You never stay in anything. Everything is about moving. The universe is in constant flux, constant motion. So you never get in one thing and just stay still. Or if you do get into it, always make sure how to figure out how to make it new and keep it moving, keep it growing, keep it birthing something new. Never stay stagnant. So then is number 3, develop the illusion that the total disarmament by the United States would be a demonstration of moral strength, right? So what are they? So again, develop the illusion that the disarmament by the United States would be a demonstration of moral strength. What are they constantly telling you right now about your guns? Turn in your guns. We need to get rid of guns. Guns kill. Blah, blah, blah. Disarmoring. They want to disarmor the citizenry. And then it says, permit free trade of all nations regardless of communist affiliation and regardless of whether or not items could be used for war. We're in free trade. What is it? It's literally called the NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement. We're on free trade with everybody. These were part of the plans. Provide American aid to all nations regardless of communist domination. UKREEZY is a goddamn Nazi country right now, where So much so to where in Canada, Zelensky bought a goddamn Nazi in front of the parliament, in front of Canada, and they cheered this nigga. A 90-something-year-old Nazi, they brought in front of the Canada parliament, and they cheered him, and then had to pull it back, had to take it back. And they go, oh shit, we just cheered a Nazi? Oh shit, what the fuck? And they went crazy. You know them Khazars went crazy on, like, did y'all just, and it was the day before Yom Kippur too. They cheered a Nazi in Canada the day before Yom Kippur. Them cats wasn't about to, they wasn't about to let that live that down. Right? So right here, provide aid to all nations regardless of communist domination. That's UKREEZY. We're providing aid all over the place. Give away all of your money. It weakens the government. Grant recognition to China. We know, and that's where we are right now. Grant recognition to China, but there's a main one. So, do away with all loyalty oaths. So where we are right now, we're supposed to be loyal to America. And again, this is the American people. I ain't talking about myself. But if you're in the government, though, the thing is supposed to be loyal to America. No, they talking about global, one world right now. We're a global citizen. They want you to shit on America. Then it says, promote the UN as the only hope for mankind. If its charter is rewritten, demand that it be set up as a one world government with its own independent armed forces. Boom. Again, pulled this right out of this damn book. Right? The Naked Communist. Now let me get to number 20, 26, and 27. So it says 26 and 27 are the biggest ones, and now I'll put this down. It says, present homosexuality, degeneracy, and promiscuity as normal, natural, and healthy. This is right out of the Communist Cookbook. How to tear down your country. They implement these things when they're trying to rip a country apart. We already in the thick. Again, present homosexuality, degeneracy, and promiscuity as normal, natural, and healthy. Right there in the damn book. Then it says, infiltrate churches and replace revealed religion with social religion. That's where we are right now. Transgenderism is a religion. The alphabet rainbow mafia is a religion. It's replaced God for them. It's a religion. Literally right here. It says to infiltrate the churches and replace revealed religion, excuse me, with social religion. Right out of the goddamn book. This book is old as shit. Just so y'all know, this book is old as hell. This game plan. It says discredit the Bible and emphasize the need for intellectual maturity, which does not need a religious church. Which is what they're doing right now. Now, I'm not saying you need church, but you need church more than you need. But if you don't understand who you are, if that can be as your first step. If you struggling and you need some spiritual insight, church can be good for you. But it's saying do away with church and tell people that this is where they are right now. Narcissists. I need to see myself in everything, which is why when which is what's happening with the DEI and all that type of stuff. Because I need to see myself on the screen in order for me to be able to connect with that. No, you don't. It ain't never had to be that way. If you're telling a good story, I don't need to see myself in it because the story is universal. The lessons are universal. But this is what's going on right now. We need and it's called representation. That's the form that it takes. It's called representation. Well, I need to see myself in everything. Okay, that's you. And again, you are God, but that's the wrong form of understanding how you're God. You're not everything. You are connected to all things. You're not everything itself. You don't need to see your goddamn self and everything. That's called narcissism. So go get this damn book, and then you can flip to the back page because it's called, again, The Naked Communist. And go look up the Norman Dodd interview. It's called Norman Dodd. He did an interview with PBS back in the 80s, and he talked about the plan that he found out. He was an auditor for the government, and he audited all these foundations like the the Ford Foundation and the Guggenheim and all them, and he found out that they had a secret plan to merge, to merge America with Russia, or Russian communist, basically turn America into a communist party and merge it with Russia. That was in the plan. So go look up Norman Dodd, D-O-D-D, Norman Dodd. Go look him up, and man, watch that interview. He kills the game. So don't get caught up in the culture. Well, you can get caught up in the culture war. Not don't get caught up, but get caught up in the culture war. Preserve your traditions, your ways of life. Man and woman good. Man, woman, child good. What's going on in this bitch? That's a good thing. So let's stay in this culture war. All right, moving along. Trump, did y'all see Trump basically was ordered to dissolve all his corporations in New York? He got found guilty of fraud, and they told him he need to dismantle all his companies. Basically, they're trying to destroy this nigga. This is what I think of the Wheel of Time episode so far. I haven't watched it since episode 2 because it got on some woke, feminine woman stuff, and that shit pissed me off. So I'm going to go back. Somebody told me the first 2 episodes were the wackest, and then if I could get past the first 2, then I can watch it. But they was on some woke woman shit when she was just ordering the dude around just constantly through the whole goddamn episode. I was just like, God damn, this is crazy. So I had to stop it. But so Trump, though, you see they're trying to destroy this dude. They're trying every goddamn way they can. No matter what you think, oh, it's a conspiracy, Trump is part of the establishment, all that. Nigga, you got to show the receipts on that, because they are trying to destroy this nigga in a million different ways. They are trying to destroy. They did something to his lawyers where they said his lawyers can't represent him. They did something to his lawyers where they said his lawyers can't represent him. Like, nigga, you can't even have lawyers. Like, this is fucking insane what they doing to this nigga. They act like this nigga is Ted Bundy, Charles Manson, Jeffrey Dahmer, all the damn serial killers roll into one. They act like this nigga done killed everybody. He been getting away with it for years. But this nigga's a businessman in New York. All them niggas do fucked up shit in New York. Every businessman in New York do bullshit. They trying to act like they singling him out as the only businessman who do maybe some fraudulent shit or, you know, some questionable business in New York. It's New York, the most corrupt goddamn city in the fucking world. And you sit up here acting like this nigga Trump is doing some business shit. And so they basically tried to say that he was overvaluing his properties. He was committing fraud by overvaluing his property. So some of it, if they're saying it, you know, I could see how they was checking out, because they were saying he was marking up his square footage in his penthouse. He was saying his penthouse is 30,000 square feet when it's like 11,000 square feet. But then they were trying to say that he was valuing Mar-a-Lago at 500 million when they said it was only worth 18 million. Mar-a-Lago is like, if y'all don't know, Mar-a-Lago is like 20 acres, almost close to 20 acres in South Beach, Florida. The most expensive goddamn, some of the most expensive property in America, in the top 5. So if you go on Zillow and look at his house, and you look at the properties or the lots next to it, all them houses is worth, them places that are way smaller than Trump's, 1 acre, 2 acres, are worth like 50 million, 75 million, 100 million. Like, wait a minute. This nigga got 20 acres and a golf course on 20 acres and a hotel and all of that, and he only worth 18 million? This is bullshit. So what they don't understand is when they say he's overvaluing his assets, what the value I place on my assets has nothing to do with the world and the market. It's my property. This is the bullshit, what they're trying to act like he doesn't have the right to value his property at what he wants to value it at. How you gonna tell me what I value my goddamn painting for? If I want to sell this Death Star tapestry, if I want to sell that for $25 million, I can do that if I want. I don't care if it's worth $20. To me, it's worth $25 million. If you want to take it from me, that's what you need to pay, nigga. So how you gonna tell Trump what he needs to value his stuff for? His stuff at? It's his. You can't tell him what the fuck he's supposed to value his goddamn property for. That's like if somebody come in your goddamn house and snatch your shit and say, hey, I'm about to take this car, I'm gonna leave you $20 for it. About to leave you $20 on the counter, you know what I'm saying? $20, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hook you up. I'm hooking you up, baby. Keep the change. Keep the change. I'm about to just roll on out of here with your Rolls Royce, but I left you $20 though. I did leave you $20. So don't say nigga. Wait a minute, nigga. You would kill a nigga for trying to take off with your goddamn Rolls Royce and he dropped $20 on the counter. Telling him, this is what you value it at. I value your Rolls Royce at $20. Nah, nigga. So they are trying to destroy this nigga. The judge ruled, it's something called a summary judgment. Basically, Trump didn't even go to court. The prosecutor submitted all this stuff. The judge read it and was like, yep, it looked good to me. Shit. Mike Swagger, thank you, brother. He says, you would think Trump started the Pandeezy. That's exactly how they treating this nigga. Like he started the Pandeezy. Absolutely. So a summary judgment is usually what happens if you go to court and you wanted to sue a police officer. And the police officer was trying to get qualified immunity, right? Meaning protection that the law allows him when they mess you over. So they would go in and ask the court to rule on a summary judgment, meaning a summary judgment is all the facts that you have, make a ruling on all the facts that you have. We don't have to go to trial, right? So sometimes if the evidence is overwhelming in the police officer's favor, the judge will rule on a summary judgment in favor of the officer, giving them qualified immunity. But if they see there's enough evidence to hold it over, they'll cancel or rule against the summary judgment and say we're going to go to trial. So with Trump though, they just went in there and said, "Oh shit, this look good to me, y'all." Like they didn't give him a chance to talk, say nothing. His lawyers didn't get to say. They just went in. Yep, the T's are crossed, the I's are dotted. Anybody in the objections? No? Okay, well, we gonna... They just railroaded this nigga. And it's funny how they got all the melanated people to do this, right? Y'all see, he got 4 indictments. 3 of them are by melanated people. 2 sisters and a brother who got elected because they said they was gonna run and try to and prosecute Trump. That's how they got elected. They didn't run on no any ideas. They didn't run on any agenda. Or there was an agenda. The agenda they wrote on, they said they was gonna prosecute Trump. That's how they got elected. And then the other prosecutor is a Caucasian dude. I think he's Jewish. But these are the people that's going after Trump. The melanated people and the Jew. And excuse me, the Khazarian. So they are trying to kill this nigga, man. And like I said, there's a government shutdown tonight, so we're really gonna see what happens. If they don't get this money in by late on tonight, we're gonna see if this government shut down. If it do, because really what they tried to put $6 billion. They want to do a stop measure, which is like 46 fund the government for another 45 days until they come up with an agreement. So they wanted to put $6 billion in this for Ukraine. After just giving them money. This nigga Zelensky was just here and got money. They wanted to put more money in this stop measure gap, is what they call it. So in order to keep the government funded for a short amount of time till they come up with the long-term solution. They wanted to put $6 billion more in here for the UKREEZYs. And the Republicans was like, nigga, get the entire fuck out of here, nigga. Yo, Sam Stone, appreciate you. He says, this is a movie to get, he says, oh, this is a move to get melanated votes. Could be. But right now, they are tripping. So I hope the Republicans, I hope the government go into shutdown. It need to. It needs to go into shutdown because that means the IRS ain't gonna get funded. Oops. All them, those, what was it? The how many agents they said was coming after you? The 87,000 new agents they just hired. They don't get funded. So keep it going, guys. Keep it going, guys. So moving along. The EU, I don't know if you heard, the EU is pushing for global digital currency and ID. That's the European Union. Not just them. They don't want just them to have digital ID and currency. They want the world. You and me. Why is the Europe thinking for us? Why is Europe over there trying to make decisions for America and Australia and New Zealand and Japan and every goddamn where else? Why are they trying to make decisions for everybody? They want a global digital currency and ID, and they want it by 2030. And they are pushing hard. So will they get it? 100 and something countries have a CBDC in development. 100 and something countries got a CBDC in development. So that's the end of privacy. These niggas can lock you down. They look into all your assets, everything that you got. This is what that means. When they give you that digital currency and the digital ID, and these two things link up to where now that social credit score, we just told you the social, I just read the social thing, the social religion, social credit score. That's a social religion. They're doing this by the book. The social credit score is a social religion in a type of way. So, but how do you get around all of this bull crap that they have coming? You have to up your game, normal citizen person. You can fight them. You can get together and do your paperwork and all this and that. Or you can just learn the game and be better at it than them. So what does that mean? The world is run by corporations and trust, right? Corporations and trust. Each entity is an artificial person. It's a person with rights and laws and everything, responsibilities, just as a natural person. So that's the difference. It's called an artificial person, and then you have a natural person. So the difference between a trust and a corporation. A corporation is a public person. Its books are open to the public, right? Corporations. Trust is a private person. Its books are not open to the public. So corporation and a trust, and you want to have both. What for? Why? The corporation is used to acquire assets. That's all. That's the only thing you can put into a trust is assets. So money, cars, houses, clothing, all of these things are assets, right? So these are the things that the corporation acquires through its open business, its public business, right? And then that corporation then donates those things to the trust, in which you are a trustee. You are the trustee of the trust. So how does that work? The trustee of the trust controls the trust. So they get to utilize everything within the trust without owning it. The trust owns all the property within it. You, as the the trustee, or what they call the managing trustee, or just the trustee, all you do is control everything. So I'm trying to teach y'all, hip y'all to the game, the upper echelon game. This is what they do. Now, even on the lower scale, you should already just have you should create a corporation out of yourself. Roger Rose, appreciate you, brother. Artificial persons is like the straw man. Sort of. That's the street name for an artificial person. But a straw man is just somebody who goes into court and lies for somebody else. That's the legal definition of a straw man. Somebody who puts a straw in his shoe, so when he goes to court, the lawyer, the cheating lawyer, can recognize this person by the straw in their shoe and then ask them questions that they know that person is going to lie to. That's the true definition of a straw man. So don't go into court calling yourself a straw man saying that, because you're saying that you're lying in court. Just to be aware. So corporations. That's what I was like, where I was about to go. So corporations, you guys should be creating corporations or LLCs out of your name, out of yourself right now. You should be operating completely out of these entities. None of you should have a bank account in your name, in your personal name. Why? Because if some fuck shit go down, where they going? After you and that bank account. They're going to be able to go right in there, find your name, go in your bank account, garnish it, hold the bank account, all that type of stuff. Corporations, they can't do that. They have a corporate veil. There's something called a corporate veil that protects the real person behind the veil from the public. That's why you get a corporation. It's something called a corporate veil that protects you from the public. So when you're operating out of these entities, now if they institute a CBDC and all this type of stuff, all you're operating as a corporation, not a private person. And then your corporation is then funneling the assets to your trust, and then which the trust is also operating in favor or as a private person. So you got the public person and you got the private person. But you should not have a bank account really in your name. I mean, I guess you can have one if you really want to, but you really shouldn't have a bank account in your name. How you guys should be doing it, if you work for somebody, you shouldn't be an employee. You should not be an employee. You should be creating an entity, a corporate entity out of yourself, which then, you are a contractor, you are an independent contractor with that corporation or that entity, who then as the asset of that corporation, you then lease out your services to other people as an independent contractor from the corporation. So then you don't become an employee. They don't play you as an employee. Then you have on a whole different scale. Now you're even keel with the boss or whoever you would call. So most athletes should be doing this. When athletes sign with these companies and they say, that's my owner. No, you should not be doing that at all. The athlete should be creating a corporation out of himself, which then he is the asset of the corporation and then leases himself out to the ball company for a fee. Because then the ball company can't tell him what to do like a goddamn slave. Because now you don't tell me what to do. You have a contract with my company. That's a different game. That's a whole different game people don't know about. But you guys should be doing that. Creating LLCs out of your name and operating out of these entities. Your rents, getting your rent, your cars, all of these things should be done out of that. So There's a little game right there. You can follow up on it. Research it some more. All right, moving along. Last couple things. Man, I'm trying to move through this fast. This is a heavy one. So, keep seeing a lot of stuff. So Biden did a speech where he said that we the people. He said that we the people meant the government. Meant the government. The we the people in the Constitution, we the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, promote the general promote the general defense, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and promote the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America, right? That's the whole preamble. Yeah, I memorized it. So, we the people in the preamble, and all you can, if you want to memorize it, all you got to do is go watch Schoolhouse Rock. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice and ensure domestic tranquility. So go watch Schoolhouse Rock. You will learn the preamble. But in the preamble, we the people is supposed to be the people. The people, not the government. He said we the people meant the government. We are we the people, not you. We tell you. Now, where did we the people come from? Where did they get that? They got that from the Aboriginals who are here. The Lenape, which is part of my nation. Cherokee and Lenape, those are my two nations that I know of. So, Lenape means we the people, or we the original people, or something to that effect. That's where they got that from. They got it from the Aboriginals who are already here. You, people, are the Aboriginals. You are not slaves. So, I wanted to break down. So, how did you go from Aboriginal Amarukans to U.S. citizens? So I'm just doing a quick breakdown because if you go watch 40 Acres and a Fool, I break it all down in that. But I'm going to do a quick breakdown because maybe I didn't touch on this that much. So back in the day when Aboriginals, this is the early 1700s, or excuse me, the late 1700s, when you had the colonists over here with the Aboriginals, they were sharing land and stuff like that. And we had a lot of bullshit going on. A lot of the colonists were taking land. But some of them, let me see if I can God damn, this shit is dirty. So, some of the colonists and the native and the Aboriginals lived great. They lived together. They even called each other family and brothers when they talked to each other, right? So like this right here, I don't know if you can see this, but this says, this is the diplomatic correspondence of the United States of America. From the signing of the definitive Treaty of Peace, September 10th, 1783, to the adoption of the Constitution, March 4th, 1789. Now, where did I get this? Excuse me. I got this from UCLA Law Library. So I mentioned that before. My ex used to be a UCLA alumni. So all UCLA alumni can go to law school, to the law library. I was in that bitch every day, copying everything. I got this is only volume 1. This is volume 1 of 2. So in here it has a bunch of the correspondence from the president to the Aboriginal chiefs and to each other and to other government officials overseas. So you really, I'm gonna read this to you guys one day, because how the president talks, and I thought I had it in here, but how the president talks about the Wyandotte Nation chief. He talks about the Wyandotte Nation chief and he calls the Wyandot Nation chief his father. So President Elias Boudinot, he wrote some correspondence in here, and when he wrote the correspondence to the chief of the Wyandots, he called him his father. This is how much respect these colonists had for the Aboriginals back then. They understood. And also the Aboriginals, they knew law. Just so you guys knew, they knew the law. They were really, really versed in the law. These Aboriginals were. That's why they just couldn't come and just do any fuck shit. Right? So breaking this down, so in 1787, there was something called the Northwest Ordinance. You can go look that up. The Northwest Ordinance. And so it was preceded by other land ordinances before that, right? 17 something. Basically, land ordinances just distributed land, say what would happen to the land, right? You can go here, we're going to do this with the land, we're going to do that with the land, we're going to do that with the land. When the Northwest Ordinance came up, this is when the colonists decided they were going to move the Aboriginals off of their land. This is the great movement right before, this is before the Trail of Tears. When y'all, everybody, a lot of people know about the Trail of Tears, when they moved the Cherokee out of, where they moved them? Out of Georgia to Oklahoma? I think out of Georgia to Oklahoma, I believe. So then, so in 1787, when they had the Northwest Ordinance, it was a big war because the Aboriginals was like, fuck you, nigga. We ain't going nowhere. They came and tried to forcibly move the Aboriginals off their land so they could take it and give it to the colonists. So obviously there was some nigga, that ain't happening. So we fought for 3 years. There was a 3-year war that was fought between the Aboriginals and the colonists. So that, excuse me. So it was that so they all, at that point, they bought mostly all the Aboriginal nations together. Like, we was really together, y'all. We wasn't having it. But we didn't have guns like they had guns. But so that Aboriginal Union was called the Northwestern Confederacy. That union that we had to fight the Northwest Ordinance was called the Northwestern Confederacy, right? Because you got the Iroquois Confederacy and all that. So we did the Confederacy shit first before then. So then it was later called the United Indian Nations. So it went from the Northwestern Confederacy to the United Indian Nations. Look, see where they got the United Nations from? Everything they got, we the people from us. They got the United Nations from the Aboriginals. All this shit they copied. They copied the Constitution from the Great Law of Peace. The Aboriginals' Great Law of Peace. Go look up the Great Law of Peace and then go read the Constitution side by side. Same goddamn thing. They copied everything. So who was in the United Indian Nations? The Cherokee, the Iroquois, the Lenape. See, two of mine are already. The Miami, the Ottawa, the Ojibwe. Excuse me. Oh, shit. The Ojibwe, the Powhatan, the Shawnee, the Wabash Confederacy, and the Wyandot. Now, where have you heard Wabash? Wabash is a street in Chicago. Wabash and Lake, I think, because so if you go back and watch the Matrix, where he's trying to, at the end, where he's trying to find a link back into to get out of the Matrix, and they tell him to go to Wabash and Lake. So Wabash is a street in Chicago, but that's where the Native Americans were. Because anybody know that Chicago was built on Native American land, on Aboriginal land. So you see all these, and then again, the Wyandot, where I just told you who was in that book, who was supposed to be friends with the colonists. But the colonists at some point were like, we need that land, my nigga. We need that land, my nigga. So yeah, nigga, yeah, pow, wow, and tap all that, yeah, nigga, how and all, yeah, woo, 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 yeah, nigga, get up off the land. that's what the colonists was. Get up off the land, woo, 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 all that, my nigga. Get up off the land, cuz. So that's what happened to and they fought hard too. And I mean, go look at those fights, y'all. Because it wasn't just us either. Because also you go down to like I said, to Miami, it was also the Seminoles. The Seminoles also fought. The Miamis was the hardest, and let me just get the Miami nations was the hardest nations. They did not bow down. The Florida nations, they did not bow down. Shout out to the Florida nations, because they was real. The Miami and the Seminoles, they was killers. Shout out to them. So after that happened, in March 26th of 1790, you had something called the Naturalization Act of 1790. It was called the Naturalization Act of 1790. This is when they were naturalizing people who weren't from America, right? So now America, they taken the land, they fully solidified, right? 1790, right after, not too long after they became a nation. They were supposed to sign put the Constitution, everything together. They're still brand new. These niggas ain't, they newer than a pair of Jordans. So they're still putting everything together. So then they have to have a census, because now we need to see who's in our nation, right? So that's when they had, not the census yet, but the Naturalization Act, because now they were letting people into the nation because they had to let it grow. And that's when they said only free white persons and stuff like that. So if you go look up free white person in the Black's Law Dictionary 4th, it'll talk about as mentioned in the Naturalization Act of 1790. But if you go in there, it'll say no Caucasians. It says this does not mean Caucasian. It says that in the book. Free white person does not mean Caucasian, but it does say it means descendants of Moors. It says free white person. So in there it says that. Now, that's the Naturalization Act of 1790. That, just so you guys know, a lot of people out here talking about the 14th Amendment was only created. The 14th Amendment was created to free the slaves. No, it wasn't. It was created off the Naturalization Act of 1790. That's where you get a lot of what's written in the 14th Amendment. It's from the Naturalization Act, right? So then you move to August of 1790. What happened in August of 1790? This is when they had the census. So got to put all this together. The Northwest Ordinance, when they cleared all the Aboriginals off the land, they moved them. Then, once they moved them, then they started their own Naturalization Act. They started to build up their colonies, and then they held the census. Now, what did they do in the census? In the census, this is where they changed you. This is where you went from Aboriginal, or whatever your Aboriginal name was, to Jenkins and Sims and Smith and all the rest of that shit. It's because the deal was, because they were displacing the Native American, the Aboriginals. So if you didn't want to be displaced, if you wanted to stay, then you had to convert to Christianity. You had to convert to Christianity if you wanted to stay on the land, which then changed your name to a Christian name. So this is why a lot of you don't know your Aboriginal history, is because if your people stayed on the land, they chose to change their name, like my people. Because the Lenape are from Jersey, Woodbury, New Jersey. That's literally where the Lenape lived. That's where my family ancient history is from, all the way back, great-great-great-grandfathers, all that. That's where they lived. But they didn't move. They didn't leave. They changed their name to Barringer. They took the Christian name, the Barringers, right? So they didn't want to move. They didn't want to move off the land. Some people just got up and bounced and said, nigga, I ain't changing nothing. Shout out to y'all. I'm with that too. Some people didn't want to leave the land, and they just changed their name to Christian. So this is where you get All of this is why you get the Aboriginals, who the Amarukans don't know who they are today, and they've been flipped into U.S. citizens because their ancestors, if they wanted to stay on their lands in those regions, and they didn't keep the land. They took the land. They were able to stay on the land that the colonists took as as Christians. So this is the fuck shit that they did to your people. This is how they changed you back in the day. Also, it's in House Concurrent Resolution 331. You can go look that up. House Concurrent Resolution 331. And they'll talk about how the Aboriginals and all that contributed to the creation of America and how they owe America. I put it also in 40 Acres and a Fool. All right, so that's a quick excerpt, quick history of how you got changed from Aboriginal Amarukans to wherever you are today. Is through the Northwest Ordinance. That was the big movement. Then 1790 Naturalization Act and the census of 1790, which was the first census, the very first census. So they went around to all these different tribe, when they call them tribe, but nation, these nations' lands, and these defeated nations that they were supposed to be defeated nations. So they went to these people's lands, these villages, and said, are you staying or are you leaving? Are you Christian? And then they gave them Christian names, and boom. So that's how you got flipped. So last couple things, moving along. This is some weird science news. I'm trying to see if I can get through this weird science news real quick. So did you hear that top ramen causes mental retardation? Excuse me. Instant noodles. Sorry. Top Ramen's a brand, and I don't want them coming after me. So not Top Ramen per se, but instant noodles. That's a lot of them. Nissan and Nissan, or whatever the hell them damn noodles are. They cause mental retardation, y'all, if you eat it more than 2 times a week. Yep. Just read the whole study. It says, again, not Top Ramen, instant noodles. That's what they call instant noodles. You know, rip the pack, get that noodle. I don't know how you cook your noodles, but back when I went to CSUN, we was Top Ramen connoisseur chefs. We was 5-star Top Ramen chefs. I mean, you understand me? Nobody could hook up some Top Ramen like we could do it. Crack a little eggy egg. So one of my homies was half Chinese. Shout out to Selassie. Selassie. And his dad, Selassie's dad, was Solomon Burke. I don't know if y'all know who Solomon Burke is, but Solomon Burke, he's called the godfather of rock and soul. He's back in the 50s with Chuck Berry and all them. He basically created rock and soul. So, but he was also a chef. So we would be cooking these noodles and shit. And so he came over to the crib one time and he was like, y'all don't know how to cook no noodles. So he went in there and he hooked up some, pow, boom, pow. Because he cooks for his family and his wife is Chinese. So he in there cooking. He hooked us up. We was like, what the hell is this? This shit has some green onions and goddamn. I mean, he hooked the Top Ramen up. Shout out to Solomon Burke. Love you, man. That was like my goddad. But so goddamn. We didn't know it was making us retarded. Maybe this is why I'm so crazy right now. Y'all see how crazy I am? Like, I'm just gonna say it's the Top Ramen. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna give it to the Top Ramen. And say, hey, y'all need to leave that alone. Then moving along, this is again science news. Did you see the parasites that was caught in the wild salmon from Whole Foods? Did y'all see that? The parasite that was in the salmon. He moved the salmon aside and the parasite was moving and crawling. Oh, hey. God damn it. Fucking Whole Foods. The fuck? It was was just crawling and he pulled it and it was like long. When he pulled it out of there, he kicked the thing and he pulled it out and it was long. In the wild caught salmon from Whole Foods. You know how I know it's Whole Foods? Because he got the damn pack. He pulled it out of the pack and the pack was sitting on the goddamn counter and he put the camera on it. And he said, Whole Foods salmon $22.93 or something like that. It was $20-something. And he put it right on the camera. Whole Foods. God damn. Hell no. And it was also in the pork chops. They showed pork chops. It was in the, what the hell? They had parasites in the pork chops and the salmon from Whole Foods. God damn. And oh, I saw this on Dre OG Reacts. God damn it, man. Dre, you with the bullshit for putting that shit out there, man. I love salmon. God damn it. You made me turn away from salmon all week. Ain't no salmon all goddamn week, Dre. Because your ass is putting crazy ass parasite salmon videos. If you haven't seen it, go watch Dre OG Reacts. It's like a few days ago. He put that on there. Boy, I was like, God damn, man. Why you put this on here? God damn it. Messed up my whole salmon game. God damn. But I had to let y'all know. Then, did y'all hear about this thing called, you know, fat phobia is supposed to be a thing now? Did y'all hear about that? Did y'all hear about people being fat phobia? Or fat liberation movement? Did y'all hear about that? Y'all ain't think about that? It hit me one day. It hit me. I was like, oh, shit. Now, apparently, I guess it's been what Lizzo been promoting the whole time. Fat phobia, fat liberation or whatever. And the reason I came across it, because they got some woman now who was supposed to be the what was she, the Starbucks? She did some commercial for some damn corporate, and they picked her because she was obese, she was fat, and she's supposed to be, excuse me, fat liberator, whatever the hell. She's liberating her fat. And so basically promoting that you should just be, you know, don't, like, I'm happy with my fat. Really, it don't seem like you're happy with your fat because you're trying to force me. You really trying hard to make me believe that you happy with your fat, or you're really trying hard to force me to be happy with your fat. Look here, you got to deal with that. But I will say, I used to be on that side, so I can talk. I can talk. I was 300 and shorter, man titties, middies. Had all of that. Had all of that. No neck. just no neck and cheeks. Big ass cheeks and afro. Little mini fro. So, I know. But what did you have to do? I had to beat it with knowledge, information. You're big. Most people are that size because they don't have the knowledge and information on how food affects the body. Now, sometimes some people, even if they do, they just don't give a shit and they just are undisciplined. But you can't be that way because being obese, being big, it weighs on your organs. A lot of people are like, now there's some healthy fat people. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. I love you. Cool fat people. Some cool, y'all cool as hell, nigga, funny as shit. Nice as hell. Everything, all that anybody can be, but healthy ain't one of them. Let me just tell you, healthy is not one of them. When you got all this fat on your organs, so your organs have to pump extra hard and move harder in order to get blood flow around them and shit like that. So it's not good. And I saw her and she was just promoting it. I think what was she doing the damn commercial for? And she's like the quintessential lady for this now. She's like 20-year-old chick. I think it was Starbucks or something. And she was like, oh man. And she was just promoting it and promoting it and promoting it. Like, what in the hell? And then she said, other people are fat phobic. What? Fat phobic? What in the entire look, who is scared of fat? Huh? Who in the fuck is scared of fat? I'm scared of it when I'm laying down and it being on top of me. If it's more than I can handle, sometimes you can handle a lot. But if it's more than I can handle, that's the only time I'm fat phobic. Otherwise, who the hell is scared of fat? Nobody is scared of fat. Nobody is scared of your goddamn fat. I just disagree with it. And this is the label they put on everything nowadays when they don't want to have an argument for their idea or their position. They just call you scared of it. You're phobic. They just add that word to any goddamn thing now. You're brownie phobic. You're scared of brownies. You're scared when I just munch on this succulent brownie, just scares you, just terrifies you. You just look at the fear in your eyes. You're brownie phobic. Like, nigga, you're scared of brownies. They come up with all kind of bullshit in order to stop you, stifle your conversation into the conversation, you know, your conversation into the topic. So you got to constantly push back every time they say phobic. I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of you. Yes, being heavy weighs on your joints. Very bad for your joints. Very bad. And also, if you have an impact on your body, like if you fall, it puts 3 times the weight into your body on the fall, the pressure. So being lighter when you fall is better. But just keep a healthy balance. You gotta be balanced. Again, if you're way too far on the obese side, then you got to go to balance it out. You can't go to the middle. You got to go all the way back on the other side, and then take all that off, and then move back to the middle. Right? So, like, if I have a boat floating through the water and the boat is capsizing like this, if I move all the people, and all the people are right here, if I move all the people right here, is the boat gonna level off? No, I got to move all the people here, then the boat will level off, and then I move people back to the middle so the boat doesn't go like this. But if I'm here, I got to move them all the way. I got to rebalance by going to the other end of the extreme and then balance it out and then go back to the middle. That's science. That's universal law. That's how it works. So don't let these niggas call you fat phobic. Goddamn bullshit. Then moving along. You see ChatGPT is coming out with an iPhone. The iPhone, the cat who made the iPhone is coming out with a chat. He's hooked up with ChatGPT, and they coming out with a new phone, the ChatGPT phone that looks like an iPhone. What is this shit gonna do? You're gonna have a person in your pocket. What are they trying to do now? The ChatGPT iPhone, they say AI-based iPhone. Please. Sounds cool? You like it, Chris? Christopher Perkins, you want it? You want the ChatGPT phone? I don't know, man. I'll tell you what, I'll let you try it first. If it don't try to turn on all your appliances in your house and kill you and shock you to death, electrocute you in the middle of the night, it don't send the vacuum across the room and try to trip you so you bump your head and hit on the table and kill yourself. If it don't do any of that, you let me know, and then we may be able to talk. But you get the phone first, and then I'll see if it starts controlling anything in your house. But I'm not fucking with no ChatGPT phone. Nope. I barely use ChatGPT right now. I've used it probably like 6-7 times, maybe. And because, and again, you gotta know, ChatGPT gets smarter every time you use it. It gets smarter every single time you use it. Now they just came out with they updated the Chat GPT to where now it can search the internet in real time. Before it was only it had a snapshot of the internet up to 2021. That's all it was able to get information up to was 2021. Now it can search the internet live when you ask it something. So nah, I'm good, brother. I'm good. Y'all deal with it and then you let me know. How about that? Yeah, the fat liberation movement is some bullshit. And then really quick, last week I did a story on the human meat. Now people saying the story was a hoax. Now I saw this damn documentary. That shit, I saw a real damn documentary. Now if this is a hoax, and it might be, like I said, it might be. They spent a goddamn gang of money on this hoax. If y'all don't know about video production, this was an exceptional video. HD, 4K. They had actors. They had a warehouse where they was packing the food. they had a laboratory where they were growing this. They were growing the samples and shit on little strips of paper. Now again, could be, damn sure it might be. It might be a satire. You know how much money they had to spend in the tens of thousands of dollars to make that video. So it's just weird to me that somebody would spend that much money on a video to make it fake. Now it could be. I'm not saying it ain't fake, but I do know about video production, and that damn video I saw was not cheap as hell. So I don't know why somebody would spend that much money to make a fake video, because they had to do the packaging. They had to get the packaging made and the logo of the company made. They had to do all of that. All of that shit costs a gang of fucking money. So, don't know. Might have been a hoax. They said the human meat thing was a hoax. I don't know. It looked real as hell in that documentary. It could be. I don't know. So, last thing I want to talk about. Did you see the Philadelphia is burning? Philly. What's going on, Philly? Philly Phils. What's up, Philly Phils? I'm in my Philly Phils. Philly. So I know they said they used the death of the kid, the Hispanic brother who got shot while he was sitting in his car. They used his death as the catalyst for the riot. That's just an excuse. They just wanted to riot. They just wanted to do something. They just wanted to tear some shit up because they've been doing it everywhere. Los Angeles, Chicago, Philadelphia. This shit look organized to me. All these flash mobs ripping down the cities and shit. This should look organized. And then they came out and reported it is somewhat organized. But who was the initiator? Who really organizes this shit? Because to me, melanated people can't organize like that. Melanated people don't organize like that. To me, that's some type of agency organization who's able to coordinate that many flash mobs in these cities over periods of time. Because that's how long it's been happening. Talking about they ripping everything down. Everyone must eat. Everyone. I don't know who that chick was. She was meat. What is her name? Meatloaf. Meat sandwich. What was that? It's meat something. Meatball or meat. Spaghetti with meatballs. What's her name? But damn. Everybody must eat. No, if you want to eat, then you need to pay for it. This don't give you a right. It don't give you a right to just riot and start robbing and tearing up people's shit. This is why I say it's organized, because it's going to reach a head. All these rich people, these damn these companies are not going to let you keep tearing their shit up. You know how they gonna do it? Because they'll just vote all the goddamn politicians who allow that to happen. They'll vote these bitch ass niggas out of office. So eventually they're gonna have to start doing something, which is creating these massive police forces against y'all. So it said, excuse me, the police state is coming. This is what they were talking about. That police state is coming. That cop land and all the rest of that. So to me, people, young people, if y'all ripping up cities, y'all need y'all asses beat. Ain't no excuse. You know you doing wrong. Went into the Popeyes and said, send that chicken up here. On my mama. On my mama. What do you mean on your mama? What you gonna do? What the hell you gonna do? You know what they should have had? That girl who was in the from the other fast food place who pulled out the blicky and started shooting at the car. I know y'all saw that. When they was arguing over the food, the dude in the red truck, him and his wife was in the car and his kid was in the back, and the sister, she was in the fast food place, she pulled out she pulled out her gun and started shooting at the car. And she wasn't playing, black. She started dumping. Didn't know how to hold the gun or nothing. But she started dumping. So they lucky that they didn't have that manager. Because if they had that manager in there, them niggas would have been dead. So, but they just tearing up Popeyes and all this and that and acting like it's okay for them to do this type of shit. This is what we talk about. No discipline, the destruction of the culture of America, the culture war. This is it. They have nothing to anchor them to. Yo, One Immaculate says Brooklyn was underwater briefly too. Yeah. I saw them those videos. LaGuardia was flooded. That shit is crazy. But this right here, this is, y'all can't be ripping up cities like nothing is going to happen to y'all. See, these kids who are doing this, they not from the Rodney King era of Popo. See, if they was from that era and Crash Unit and all the stuff that we had to deal with when we was youngsters and living in the hood, I'm telling you, they wouldn't be doing that shit. Because right now, if it was the same goddamn cops we was dealing with, they could smash you. So they're coming for, and again, it's the lack of discipline and education and passing down of what went down back in the day in the hood, what we used to deal with. Because today they let them go. The deal is, if you catch a criminal stealing, you let them go. So these cats out here in the hood, let me tell you something. If I'm back in the day when I used to do dirt and we got wind of the police, when they catch you, they gonna let you go if you stole less than $1,000? Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know how many, or we would have pieced up and we would have hit so many. So of course they're doing that today. Of course they're doing it. These flash mobs, these organized flash mobs, but they're gonna be coming for y'all. So again, I don't agree with none of that. I agree if y'all start tearing up shit, I think the popo should smash on you niggas. That's not your shit. I think you should be smashed on. If you do that type of shit, you should be smashed on. You don't want nobody coming to your house and rolling through your goddamn place talking about, well, everybody must eat. What if I roll up in your house, nigga? You was cooking pork chops. You was cooking pork chop sandwiches. Shit, and I rolled up in your house and kicked the door in. Bow. Everybody must eat. Everybody must eat. And you grab your gun from the goddamn cabinet and blow my face off. Yo, Bio1656, thank you. He said, I told people they're using black people to bring in the New World Order. Yes, they are. That's exactly what they're doing. They're letting you create the unrest so then they can call in and say, look at the animals. We need to control the animals. They're animals. And that's what y'all looking like. When y'all do that shit, you look like a bunch of a fucking zoo full of animals. They bringing in robot cops for you niggas that can tase you with also they have flamethrowers on the goddamn on the robot cops. What you gonna do with a flamethrower come out at your ass? Huh? What you gonna do when a flamethrower come out on your bitch ass? I want to see that shit. I want to see that shit. So y'all niggas better y'all better lighten up. So last thing I told you about the police stuff. So the lessons, I got to give you police lessons because this is what they're getting ready to do to y'all. So police stop law class lesson number 4. So teach y'all a couple of things. Does the smell of marijuana give the police probable cause to search my car? Okay. Does the smell of marijuana give the police probable cause to search my car? The answer is maybe. Maybe. So the true answer is it depends on what state. It depends on what state you're in. If you're in a state where weed is not legal, yes, the smell of weed still gives the police officers probable cause to search your car. No questions. No questions asked. Yo, cause I said so. Thank you, girl. Appreciate you on the Cash App. So, yes, it does. No questions asked, pull you out of the car, which is why you don't roll your window down. When the police come up to your car, you don't roll your window down. You can put your stuff on the windshield. Where'd it go? You put your stuff on the windshield. Oh, right here. Boom, and tell them, bam. You can read it right there. Now, we just found out in a state where it defined, because it says you have to display or show your ID to the police officer in most states. But in some one state, we just found it defines show or present as physically handed over to the police. So make sure you look it up in your state. But most states where it says show or present, you just only got to show it to them. Yo, folding chair. That's hilarious. I should have been there in Philly to Alabama slam a meatball. He said he should have Alabama slam a meatball with that chair. You goddamn right. Somebody should have. So, again, in states, that's funny. In states where weed is legal, where weed is not legal, they can use the smell of weed to pull you out of the car. Again, which is why you don't roll your window down. If they want to get you out of the car because you don't roll your window down, you get out of the car real quick, you lock the door behind you, boom, you close it. Boom, so they can't say I smelled anything in the car. You do it fast. Excuse me. So then, now, in states where weed is legal, is the smell of marijuana enough probable cause to search your car? No, not necessarily. It depends. So if they smell weed, they will ask you, do you have it packaged? Because it has to be sealed. It has to be sealed in a state where weed is legal. If you're rolling with it in the car, it has to be sealed. So like if you're coming from the dispensary and you're going home, you can't smoke it in the car from the dispensary on the way to the house. Transcendental, appreciate you, bro. Says totally agenda driven. Yep, whenever shit is free, that should raise questions. Yep. Whenever shit is free, don't accept it. But so don't smoke your bud from the dispensary to the house, because if you open it, boom, now you're in violation. But if it is closed, no, it's not probable cause and they can't search your car. So it's very important that you remember that. States, legal, smell of marijuana, not enough to search your car, but it has to be packaged, sealed up. If it's not, boom, they got you. States where weed is not legal, yes, still enough probable cause to search your car. Now, Here's another thing. If police stop me for a traffic violation, can they hold me there to wait for the canine unit, the drug canine unit? So again, if police stop me for a traffic violation, can they hold me there for the drug dog, the canine unit? Scotty says no. Mel says it. I know you know, Mel. So don't put the answer in there. Let's see. Double standards. Okay. So if the police stop you, he says they can only detain you for 30 minutes, only detain you for 30 minutes to an hour. So this is how it goes. If you get pulled over for a traffic violation, so your tail light is out, you change lanes without signaling, anything like that, right? The stop is only supposed to last however long it takes the police officer to write you the ticket for whatever violation they pulled you over for. That's how long the stop is supposed to last. That's it. A maximum usually of only 15 minutes, of a maximum of 15 minutes. Now, legally, a police officer can hold you at a police stop for 60 minutes, an hour. Legally, lawfully, they can hold you there for an hour. But that's other factors involved. There's a whole bunch of other factors that have to be involved in that. But if they're only stopping you for a traffic violation, they have to write you a ticket within 15 minutes, within 10 to 15 minutes, usually what it takes. So to write you a ticket, you're only supposed to be at a stop as long as it takes them to write you the ticket for wherever they stopped you for in the first place. Now, if they try to escalate it and say, you have any guns or drugs in the car? And you say no, and they don't believe you. And then they try to call it, well, I'm going to call a drug dog. Or if they just come up to you and say, well, do you mind if we search your car? Not even if they ask you if you have any drugs or guns in the car. If they just come up to you and say, well, do you mind if we search your car? Because they do that all the time. Even on a traffic ticket, no matter what. They say, do you mind if we search your car? And if you say no, then they'll hold you there and call for the drug dog. Now, they cannot do that. They cannot do that. That's against the law. A Supreme Court case, Rodriguez versus United States, 2015. It says that, again, what I just told you, the police officers are only allowed to hold you at a traffic stop as long as it takes them to write the ticket for whatever they stopped you for in the first place, unless they find reasonable suspicion to hold you for something else, which is why you're not supposed to talk. Because they're talking, if you sound nervous and all that, and you're sweating and all that, a lot of these different things will give rise to the police officer having probable cause, or at least reasonable suspicion, to call the dog and hold you there longer. So don't do it. So in Rodriguez versus United States, Rodriguez got pulled over for some bullcrap traffic stop, some bullcrap traffic ticket. They held him there for a dog. The dog came and sniffed his car. They actually found out he had drugs in the car. So he actually did have drugs in the car, Rodriguez. But he got it thrown out because that's not what the police officer stopped him for. He stopped him for a minor traffic violation, and he held him there longer than he was supposed to. So it got thrown out. So now that's a new case. Police can only hold you at a stop for as long as it takes them to write you a ticket for whatever they stopped you for in the first place. Now, it's only supposed to be 10 to 15 minutes. In police stop law class, we saw a video where a cop wrote a ticket in 90 seconds. So they can do it as fast as they want when they want to. He wrote a ticket in 90 seconds. It was a brother, though. It was a brother cop, stopped some Caucasian family. He wrote them a ticket in 90 goddamn seconds. So these are the two lessons for y'all today. Does the smell of marijuana give police probable cause to search your car? Depends on if it's legal in your state or not. If it's legal in your state, no, it doesn't. If it's not legal in your state, yes, it does. And then if you're stopped for a traffic violation, can they hold you there to wait for a drug dog to come sniff your car? and no, they cannot hold you there. Now, if a drug dog just happens to be there, if like a police officer stops you and they have the drug dog with them, then they can search your car with the drug dog because they didn't have to hold you they didn't have to hold you past the time in order to go get the dog. If the dog is there, then they can use the dog to sniff the car. So that's an out for them. So this is why you need to know the law, people. Do you see how I'm able to just run this off in my head like this? That's because I've been studying the law for over 25 years, like 27 years at this point. But it don't take you this long. It's people that's been in police stop law class. Again, people who getting this damn certification right here, they've been in this class 6 months, certification. It depends on you. It's not going to take you long. Again, you're going to be in there with a group of people where the law is our language. So you're going to learn that this is what you're going to be learning how to speak, is the law, the language of the law, because that's all really law is a language. Yo, last name first. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. So it's that time, everybody. I know you didn't have the thought in the back of your head. It's that time. Moving into a new time. Time for you to do some new shit. And it's not going to take you as long as it like took me. Well, it didn't take me that long because I got a photographic memory, but it ain't gonna take you that long. It ain't gonna take you that long to learn. It ain't gonna take you that long to learn the law because, again, we have a community of people teaching and learning from each other and sharing and uplifting each other to get this information. So make sure, again, you get over to knowyourrightsfoundation.org if you want to sign up to learn the law for free. But again, if you want the police stop law package for free, make sure you get the Great Book of Melanin Research at realnuggets.com. Everything you're supposed to know about your melanin, excuse me, that they've been doing with your melanin for the past 117 years. This is what you need to know. And then, like I said, I had the deal last week where I put in the cards last week. So I do have a big box of volume 1s in here that I got because I just got a new box. So I'm going to give the deal. Whenever I get big boxes, I got to clean out my kitchen. So I will keep the deal going this week. This is the 3 decks of cards. If you order the Great Book of Melanin Research, the hard copy, you will get the Police Stop Law Pack flashcards plus the 2 Law and Government flashcards. And again, make sure if you want the crack scene exemption cards, go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org. Make sure you support that support that organization over there because we're making some big moves this year, everybody. We're going to be making some moves, expanding out, probably coming to a town near you to set up workshops and stuff like that. So we're expanding, we're growing, we're getting big. So don't miss the movement. Make sure you get out there and learn your rights. But also, again, make sure you get out there and support because without your support, we can't do this. And so again, you supporting allows me to come and do this for y'all. So appreciate y'all support. Thank all my moderators. I appreciate you guys. Excuse me. Thank everybody for hitting the Cash App and the Super Chat. I am hungry and my mouth is dry as hell. I am thirsty and hungry and I got to get out of here. Love y'all. Thank y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.